welcome back. So today I thought I'd do a little chatty makeup look. I've got a couple new products that I want to try. This is going to be completely cruelty free. I'm very excited about that. Without further ado, let's get on with it and I hope you guys enjoy. Also, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more. Skincare. I have just cleansed and the first thing I'm going to take is the ordinary niacinamide 10% and zinc 1%. I like to put a little drop on my hand and then I just tap it on to where I feel I need it. While that's drying, I take the Bulldog Age Defense Eye Roll-On. There's no reason it's Age Defense, I just like this. First thing in the morning, this is so satisfying because it's so nice and cool on your eyes and it really wakes you up. Once the niacinamide has dried on my face, I take the ordinary 100% plant-derived squalane. I'm just taking this to kind of hydrate my face. It's quite difficult to apply. I just put some on my fingers and then I just like to apply it very gently. I only like to do this if I have exfoliated my face before because otherwise oil on like dead skin just feels so gross. Next up, I've got the ordinary natural moisturising factors plus HA. I use the 100ml one. I really like to use the 100ml because the smaller one, you just get through it so quickly. I've actually just bought another one of these because I was running out and I was panicking. Okay, now my base is done, it's time to move on to the eyebrows. Eyebrow spoolie. I actually did shape my eyebrows the other day, so they're not too bad. They're still a bit sparse, but I do use kind of two different products at the moment, either the Barry M Brow Wand in light or the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in taupe. They're kind of slightly different colours, but I'm feeling like the taupe one today. My eyebrows are kind of really hit or miss most of the time and I usually don't like the shape every time I do it, but we just kind of go with what we've got. So the next thing I'm taking, I've got the NYX Born to Glow Concealer in Pale. I do also use a Barry M one, but at the moment I think it's a little bit too dark for me, so we're going with the Born to Glow. And I just take a really small brush to outline them. And then I like to smooth it out with my finger and then apply a just nude eyeshadow on top to set it. Oh my god, I have such red cheeks right now. I've been doing quite like a specific eye look at the moment. Morphe tends to be like my go-to at the moment. Morphe is cruelty free, which is really good to know. So the first one I'm taking is the 35ON palette. And I'm just taking like a loose shader brush and like a nudie brown orange. I just pop this kind of all through my crease. My eyebrows look such a different colour on camera. I'm then going to take a smaller brush and I'm going to take another kind of browny colour, but this time a little bit darker. Next up, I like to take a little bit of an orangey shade. I usually take like a burnt orange kind of colour and I put it in a similar place that I've just put the brown. I then just take that loose shader brush from the beginning and just blend. I take a small angled brush and I take another kind of rusty colour and I do this kind of flick. And then I gradually bring it over my eye and continue it all the way down. I also find that a really thin brush works really well. I use different colours, sometimes I use brown, sometimes I use orange, but I thought I'd go for orange today. Takes me a little while, I am not very good at this and I don't think I really suit a wing, so I'm just kind of trialing it out at the moment. And then I like to take the Maddie Ziegler X Morphe palette and I take the shade Angel, which is like a light glittery colour, and I just use it on my finger and that just gives it a slight bit of colour. Now my eyes are done, we can move on to the base. So I'm going to be taking the I think I'm taking this, but I just looked at it and there was like oil all in the top. I need to just see if this is okay. Okay, I think it just needed a shake. So yeah, I take the Ordinary Coverage Foundation, use the shade 1.1N. I do use a Charlotte Tilbury one, but at the moment it's very up in the air whether Charlotte Tilbury are cruelty free or not. There's lots of articles, some saying they are, some saying they aren't, so it's quite hazy because they claim that they are, but there's some things that maybe show that maybe they're not, but then they're saying, but we're doing this, which means we are. So I'm not going to use it in just for the sake of this video, and I'm not going to buy any more until I know for sure that Charlotte Tilbury are cruelty free, but it would be really, really great if they were. So I'm just going to take a little face spray. This is the Revolution Rose Hip Spray. I just like a little bit of like a moist, I don't really like that word, but you know, kind of base to put my foundation on. I don't use too much, but I just put a few dots on my face and I use a sponge. This is the Be blending sponge, which is actually my favourite. So the camera's really picking up colour way more than in person. In person, I literally can't see any of these marks on my face, apart from this spot here. But on camera, the foundation's not sitting great today. My skin doesn't want to cooperate. My face looks so weird on camera and in person. I know, you know I said this was really weird. I need to just see if this is okay. Okay, I think it just needed a shake. I reckon it's oxidized. Just look at the colour. Look at it. It never looks like that, ever. I've used this foundation for like a year now. Oh, wait, maybe that's why. Okay, my skin's looking awful. I am going to use this Charlotte Tilbury one just because I think that's gone off. Like, it's gone so orange on my hand and it's never done that before. So I think it's time to order a new one of them. I know I didn't want to use this in this video. At least I've made like a disclaimer that I know. Also, I do have a studio light on, but because it's backlit, it's not great. Okay, that's made my base much more even. I do feel like I have an actual cake on my face though. Because I put so many layers on, I do feel like a cake. Okay, once I put powder on, hopefully it'll feel a bit better. Slightly different colour because I've got two foundations mixed. So, as I said, I personally prefer a pressed powder, which is why I've got the Charlotte Tilbury one. When I bought it, every article I read kind of said that it's cruelty free, but since then everything's kind of changed. I do also really like Beauty Bakery powder, so I'm going to start off with this for under my eyes, but I do prefer a pressed powder. So before I put that on, I like to use some concealer. I'm using that NYX concealer again under my eyes. I don't really like to use too much more concealer, but I am going to take this Barry M All Night Long concealer in Oatmeal. It's a little bit dark, as I said. I'm just going to try and conceal this spot a little bit. And then I'm going to take the NYX concealer again, just 2 blobs on my nose. My face looks so bad. Got quite pink cheeks today. Something I will say with the Beauty Bakery powder is you have to be really careful in how you apply it. I have found if you like apply it like you kind of normally would a powder, it gets a bit blotchy, it kind of moves the foundation. I don't know if you can actually see, but yeah, because I'm not using the Charlotte Tilbury one, that is what I have used. I am still trying to find the perfect powder. The next one I'm going to try is, I think it's the Revolution Pro pressed powder. I'm not quite sure what it's called. I'm taking the Revolution Ultra Contour palette as usual, and I take the middle shade. I feel like this makeup look is going so horribly wrong, and I think it's just because of the foundation, and like that kind of threw me off. Genuinely like my general makeup, but it's just not working today, and it's really annoying that it never works the time I film it. Everything goes wrong. Okay, so next up I do have something new to try. That's a lie. No, it's not. And that is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. If any of you have been watching me for like a really long time, you know I actually had a tester of this like years ago. I'm gonna try not to go over the top. I can't remember how powerful this is. I always like to make sure I get under my eyes, because even though I like to highlight them, I feel like sometimes because they don't have bronzer or anything, the rest of the face becomes a very different colour. I like to lift my bronzer quite high. Also on camera it makes all the colours pop, whereas in person it's a bit different. So it is difficult because I'm looking in the camera and I'm like, what is that? But then I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, oh yeah, that looks good. So it's a bit annoying. Next up is blush. I'm not going to use too much because I feel like I've got very rosy cheeks today, but I'm taking this Profusion blusher, which I got in an advent calendar. It doesn't have a shade name, unfortunately. Next up is highlight. Again, I've had to get a new one. I did have one from e.l.f., but I'm not a huge fan of it. So I've got a Too Faced palette. This is the Turn Up the Light palette in Light. I'm going to be using the shade Glow. Oh, that is a pretty highlight. I like to add lots of highlight to camouflage the rest of my face that has gone wrong. Okay, now that kind of main basis is done, it's time to curl my eyelashes. The Barry M, that's how I roll. I do have a Revolution one, but it doesn't keep my eyelashes up very well. I finish off with my bottom lashes. I love how I've literally missed part of my under my eyes. So I do like to highlight the inner corners of my eyes. So I'm just going to take that Too Faced again, and I've just got a little brush. I am now taking my Morphe X Maddie Ziegler Peach out, which is a lip and cheek tint. And I'm finishing off again with the Maddie Ziegler X Morphe lip gloss in Peach Pucker. I literally use this lip gloss with everything because it's basically clear. It's got like the slightest tint. So I literally use this over any lip colour. Try taking my hair down. Okay. I feel very strange. I feel like half glam and then just half nothing. So that is the finished makeup look. This is what it looks like. Do a little close up. So you can see the eyes. As you can see, it's not a bold wing. It's kind of helping me transition into like a wing because they kind of scare me a little bit. It looks more natural now it's finished. I was kind of worried. I thought I'd done like a horrendous job, but now it's finished, it's kind of all come together, so I'm really pleased with my new Too Faced stuff as well. It's all blended in really nicely and I'm super impressed. I know I've done a ton of these videos in the past, but I just felt like doing another one. I felt like just talking through my makeup. I know the way I apply things hasn't really changed over the years, but the products have, and as I said, this has been a completely cruelty-free makeup look. Apart from having to use Charlotte Tilbury, I now need to get on and order a new foundation. I have had this for a little while, but like not that long. It's a bit gross. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and as I said, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I hope I will see you guys in my next video, which will be on Monday. Bye! Oh, that was so cringe. Throwback. I can't breathe without your